When the sun rose, the earth was quiet for the first time in days. Corpses lay strewn across the battlefield, the silence broken only by the crackling of the dying embers. On one of the hills overlooking the carnage stood Kyle. His armor was dented, his face streaked with grime and blood, but his eyes burned with an unwavering resolve. One of the fighters approached him, panting, "I have found the enemy, their scouts are back." But Kyle remained unfazed. "I know," he replied, his voice hoarse but firm. "We already knew they wouldn't run away. The question is, what do they do now?" The next day, the scouts returned with more news. The invading army had not completely withdrawn, but had been repositioned. The enemy left behind 2 battalions to guard their camp, but their main force had marched deeper into the forest, intending to bypass Red Ridge and plunder the undefended settlements. Kyle made his decision. He would attack. He gathered the remaining warriors around him. Only 300 of them were capable of fighting, but their morale was high. "They plan to return," he said, "to take what is left of our people and raise our homes. If they plan to return, we will greet them in their sleep." As they moved through the forest, they encountered a group of mercenaries who had refused to fight alongside the enemy. It turned out they hadn't been paid, so Kyle offered them a deal. "You can join us," he said, "and fight for a real cause. We will give you food, safety, and respect." Unexpectedly, the mercenary commander agreed. "No one ever fought for honor anymore," he admitted, "until now." Night attack. That night, the enemy was surprised by a sudden and fierce attack. Kyle and his warriors had taken up positions around the camp in the forest. The element of surprise was complete. The enemy was caught off guard, and the battle was not long. It was fierce, silent, and decisive. Red Ridge survives, and survives with honor. A week later, the enemy withdrew completely from the territory, physically defeated and psychologically shattered. The story of Red Ridge is yours. They no longer see it as an isolated outpost, but as a symbol of freedom and steadfastness. Kyle refused to become king. He had led because no one else would, but now he believed that the people should lead themselves. The conclusion, years later, Red Ridge became a military academy, teaching tactics and defense. The name was changed, but the story remained. Kyle, the warrior who had led the last stand at Red Ridge, was a legend, and the people whispered his words of wisdom. "Courage isn't the absence of fear, it's standing your ground even when fear screams louder than steel."